Sometimes I go with the Mayweather approach of marketing. I keep telling you things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. As far as I'm my own boss. I make my own rules. I play by my own rules. I wear Mrs. Jackson's boots or boots that looks like Miss Jackson's, and I say nothing about it. If you don't know who I am TstreeT Controversy. I call this show TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover boxing, and as far as Showtime All Access, HBO 24/7, I have covered them all for 3.5+ years. So what I'm saying is, you're going to see maybe, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see 40+ videos of me doing this same shit. So people say, oh, you tricked me and I clicked the wrong thing, blah, 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 blah. Just read the title, read the description, and then read the name. And don't say Showtime. And plus, that is illegal. If you just listen, if you want to see Showtime All Access, I got the links right below. Just go to Real Combat Media right below. Simple as that. So what I'm going to say is this. Listen, Floyd Money Mayweather is a master of marketing himself. Marketing, in my opinion, is the world, the whole world. You have to be able to sell numbers. Numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Numbers talk. Bullshit walks. So if you're not producing the numbers, and if you do not know how to produce the numbers, then what are you? Me, myself, I can say this. Listen, for Floyd Mayweather's education, let's say 8th grade education, he may be lacking in some academic areas, and arrogance and ignorance will often shine through with him. But as far as marketing, even if he doesn't understand the terminology or what he's doing and how to define it, he's a master at it. He knows how to get the crowd riled up. What I'm asking you right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm giving a preview for Showtime All Access, Episode 2, Mayweather versus Maidana II. I cover every single one, and I cover every single major fight live. So, it's going to be coming on this weekend, September the 13th, 2014, right before Adrian Broner versus Emmanuel Taylor. You got Steve Upshur versus Andre Berto, and I put Steve Upshur name first because right now it seems like he's, and then you have Lucas Matisse versus Roberto Ortiz. But moving on, All Access is a documentary, somewhat reality show all the way up until a week before it's aired. So the first episode came on last week, August the 30th, and what that episode focused on was the media tour, and in the aftermath of the last fight. Whereas in this one coming up should be really the best one, because this one and the next and the last one should be the best ones because it's closer to the fight. So this one coming up on Saturday, September the 13th, September the 6th. Broner is fighting on September the 6th. On September the 6th, you're going to see, basically, how can I say, the week before the fight. That's what all action should be. Before, then a week before, and then a week prior when it's aired. Long story short, let me stop confusing myself. But what I'm understanding is this. There is this Mayweather standard. Now, I'm not saying what I'm trying to say is a double standard. There's a Mayweather standard going on where if Mayweather does something that someone else does that he criticized, then you can't say it if Mayweather has done this himself. Now, I'm not going to talk about the Alex Ariza situation too much because I've talked about it before in the past. But what I want to point out to you before I move on any further in this video is that when Floyd Mayweather accused Manny Pacquiao or insinuated that Manny Emmanuel Pacquiao was on performance-enhancing drugs, Alex Ariza was the strength and conditioning coach for Emmanuel Pacquiao. So now, if you don't know, Alex Ariza is working with Floyd Mayweather, and you'll be an idiot for you to think he's not, because people are going to say, well, Mayweather ain't say he's working with him. Come on, man. Did you know that there's rumor and news circulating around that Mayweather Promotions boxers, Mickey Bay, J. Leon Love, and Bottle Jack, none of them can use MX gloves. The gloves that Mayweather is not allowing Mayweather is not allowing Marcos Maidana to use. I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen, listen, my opinion is just my opinion. And my opinion, I'm just a person. I'm a boxing fan like you. I just do videos, and I'm going to pay that fucking $74.95 that I'm angry about for that pay-per-view, because it is my duty. And as long as I pay for pay-per-views, I can say what I want. And this is America, free speech. So what I'm saying is that my opinion is that Mayweather is going to lose. I'm not saying Mayweather may lose. I'm not, listen, people have been accusing me of the past, like, you're always on the fence. Who's going to win or who's going to lose? Because normally my prediction style, I tell people how a person's going to win or why they're going to win and what to expect. And I've been very good at that. But as far as going with my gut, I didn't go with my gut at certain times, and my gut is telling me Mayweather's going to lose. Listen, before, people used to say, why should we listen to you? You're a drunk. I admit that. People make mistakes. Just like Mayweather was a woman beater. I admit I made mistakes. But at the same time, I'm a man and I'm a human being, and God so help me, that bottle got me where I am today. And I'm not saying that it was needed, but that phase that I went through made me the person I am today. Made me the person that I was able to walk right up to Oscar De La Hoya and say, I need an interview. So I stood there, wait for him to finish the other dude, and I say, ask him. So, moving on, listen. Mayweather has Alex Ariza in his camp. That can mean several things. One can mean that he's like, yo, I got to get the best out there. Me not having a strength and conditioning coach all these years, I need a little extra help. Alex Ariza out here, look what he's been doing for these fighters. I need it. But I'm Floyd Mayweather. I'm not going to let Alex Ariza be in my corner, you know, during the fight. I'm not going to let Alex Ariza start talking shit in my corner. I'm Floyd Mayweather. So that can be one reason. The other reason, as a lot of fans are saying, oh, well, he's just trying to find out about Pacquiao and Maidana. Floyd's just trying to see what Pacquiao and Maidana got. So when he fight Maidana, he's going to beat up Maidana and keep it in the middle of the ring, and he knows that Maidana, you know. Then when he fight Pacquiao, he want to know how he got Pacquiao with the left hand, you know. Then the third reason, it could be mind games. You know, like, yeah, we got Alex Ariza in our camp now. Fuck y'all, you know. But still, no matter what, on my Facebook, once again, link right below. On my Facebook, I've been talking to people, and I have about 4,000 plus people there. And I said, before I even did my video on Alex Ariza and Floyd Mayweather, I said fans are going to say that, oh, well, you know, it's just a publicity stunt. He not really with Alex Ariza. That was the first denial right there. That he was just doing it just to, you know, like, you know, Floyd Mayweather on Instagram, he posts his tweets, and then on Instagram he posts his pictures, but really it's not him because, quote unquote, from 50 Cent, that is too confusing for him, and I can understand that. But what I'm saying is that the fact that a large portion of fans, and I'm talking about from what I've seen from my eyes, have said that's a publicity stunt. That's what, if there was a poll, a publicity stunt of Mayweather needed better strength and conditioning, of Mayweather was playing mind games, of whatever, the top one would be fans were saying it was a publicity stunt. You know why they were saying that? Because they couldn't believe, like, yo, you've been accusing this motherfucker, yo. What about that shit with Marcos Maidana in the corner against Broner with the, yo? You get what I'm saying? So that's a tough situation, no matter how hardcore of a Floyd Mayweather fan you are. And trust me, believe it or not, you may hate me for saying this, but I am a bigger Floyd Mayweather fan than you. I'm not going to sit here and indulge in the bullshit and then prove that I can tell you all 46 fights, front and back. It might take me a little while, but I can do it. What I'm saying to you is this. Hypocrite, hypocrisy at its finest. But that's not even the gist of things. Well, another reason why I feel Floyd Mayweather is going to lose. People are saying He let Maidana do that. He was just trying to make the fight a good fight. Now, I want you to understand something. And I'm going to talk about this very briefly. I want you to understand something. Who in their right mind, and remember, this is Floyd Mayweather. I want to be able to talk to my kids when I get 50. I want to be able to still have my speech. Who in their right mind in a Floyd Mayweather world would lay on the ropes and allow a man to pummel you? Now, this is not a video game, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a video game. So you can say, oh, he punched me in my arm, in my neck. Oh, that don't count. That don't count. But you're forgetting. You keep getting punched in your neck. You got muscles. Your shit's getting tenderized. Boxing trainers, Robert Garcia, they'll tell you, punch him in his arms, fuck him up. Punch him in his arms, punch him in his neck. You getting sore, so you keep getting punched in the arms all the time. Your arms are getting weary, your muscles are starting, What I'm trying to point out to you is, you have to give Mayweather respect for taking a rematch, but either way, you can give him respect for taking a rematch, but realistically, he couldn't leave that door open of Marcos Maidana walking out of his arena with fans chanting Chino, Chino. Like, with Floyd Mayweather winning the fight, but Marcos Maidana winning the event for what he's trying to do, as if he's saying he's trying to be TBE, the best ever. He could not allow that to happen. So there's going to be fans that are going to say, why is this fight happening? He ain't have to fight him again. You don't know what you're talking about. If you're going to say TBE, you could not let, you live in Las Vegas. You say that you built that city. You're Floyd Money Mayweather. You do not let your opponent walk out the ring, walk out of your ring with his fans and your fans chanting for him like, oh shit, we didn't expect him to do that. The rematch had to happen, so that part is out of the way. I just feel that when Floyd Mayweather laying on the ropes and saying he did that to make the fight exciting, I feel that the reason why he did that, because he had to. He can't. The man is 37 years old. He's a physical specimen. I never, ever, 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 ever questioned Floyd Mayweather's work ethic. I never questioned that. Oh, by the way, the reason why I'm wearing this hoodie, it's called marketing. I'm just wearing it to fuck people heads. Long story short. But I never, ever, 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 ever questioned his work ethic. But 1,300 punches on a punching bag in 2 minutes does not help me. Just like Adrian Broner, when he's in the gym punching the bag, does not help me, because we know Adrian Broner needs footwork. 37-year-old Floyd, I do not believe that he can do that head movement and the foot movement needed to not have the same fight against Marcos Maidana than he did in the first. I feel that he had to say, okay, well, either I'm going to use a whole lot of foot movement or I'm going to use a whole lot of head movement. Now, as far as every time he was on the ropes, he displayed physical, God-gifted excellence in dodging all of those punches. But when you have an awkward fighter like Marcos El Chino Maidana, just like I told you, when I was giving predictions and previews and reviews for the first fight, I was saying, go on Into the Arena, the channel you used to be on before, go to Into the Arena and watch those videos. I told you, he's going to punch Floyd Mayweather in the dick. He's going to fight dirty. He is not going out there to box. If you watch Marcos Maidana, you knowing this. He's not going out there to box. He's going out there to, and I'm using this in the best term, in the best way I could possibly use it so you can understand. He is going out there to beat your fucking ass. Win or loss, he's going out there to beat your ass. So, what I'm saying to you is, if Floyd Mayweather's using that head movement, in that lateral movement, that's how you get caught by an awkward fighter like Marcos Maidana, because you never know what crazy angles his punches is going to, you never know. So when Floyd Mayweather tries to make it a fight, like as far as, okay, I'm going to show these people I can beat him cleanly, I think he's going to get caught with some wild shit. I'm sorry, listen, I will be here moments after the fight. You can sit here and crucify me all in the comments. I did videos before when I had only 300 likes and 1,700 dislikes. I've did it before, so I'll be right here. God damn it, I'm sticking by my opinion. Something doesn't seem right about this fight, man. Now, before, when I was drinking and everything, now, let's get this straight. I picked him to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez. I was drunk when I picked him to beat Robert Guerrero to beat him. But I picked him to beat Marcos Maidana, but not in an easy fight. And I'm going to stick by that, whether you hate that I said it or not. I said that shit right. But this fight, I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my gut. I knew Sean Porter was going to beat Paulie Malignaggi, but for some reason I went with my heart and not with my gut, and I picked Paulie Malignaggi. I knew that Kell Brook was going to beat Sean Porter. But you can't say all that because, see, you as fans, you don't know, but it's certain picks. It's certain picks that I think like, yo, I feel it, and I don't go with it. But this one, something's not right. If you think about it, think about Floyd Mayweather since he's been Floyd Money Mayweather. Not Pretty Boy Floyd Money Mayweather since 2007. Think about all the controversy that's been surrounding all of his fights. And think about this fight. This fight has the most controversy surrounding it than any other Floyd Mayweather fight to date. T.I, Miss Jackson, Nelly, 50 Cent, the gloves. Yeah, I fucked this bitch. What? Alex Ariza. This is crazy. And I think to myself, I'm known as a person. I do my videos live and uncut, and sometimes when I do these videos, it's just because I can't sleep. So I need something to do. And if I'm not doing that, I'm watching fights, But Floyd Mayweather is the type of person who, he suffers from insomnia too. But with his insomnia, he thrives off of it, just like I've had to. And what you see from him is that whether it's 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, he has to go, he goes train. He said, I'm going to go train. I'm going to just go to the gym, call everybody up, 10 minute meet there. You see people showing up, they'll be outside of the Mayweather gym 2 hours before you get there. He'll call you, they'll be like, yeah, well, we got to be out here. Yeah. Well, listen, Floyd, he take care of all of us. So he called us, he said, I'm going to train, we just got to be up. And if you don't answer your phone, then that's when the clip cuts off. But with the arrogance and ignorance, life always comes down on people like that eventually. When people think like, how long are you going to keep going on with this? How long is this going to keep happening? Every now and then life comes down and smacks the shit out of you in the face. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about real shit. I'm talking about no matter who you are. Think about Michael Jackson. Okay, you want to do all these drugs? Look at Marvin Gaye. If you want to do all this crack in your pop house? Look at OJ. Okay, if you allegedly killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Rod Goldman, okay, you want to go and hold somebody up for stealing back your own shit they was trying to illegally sell, smack you in the face. Life comes down and smack people in the face. Emmanuel Pacquiao, he cleaned up his life, stopped all the sinning and the cockfighting, and fucking all the women up when he was renting out the rooms, allegedly. And I called him Sinner Pacquiao at that time. What happens? He cleaned up his life. He go to fight Juan Manuel Marquez. He gets put to sleep. He gets hit in the face by what they say was almost the tonnage of a bus. Life came down, smacked him right in the face. So I'm thinking to myself, like, what? Did Floyd Money Mayweather make a deal with the Illuminati or something? Like, what is going on? Because there's too many passes that this man has been getting. Too many. So when you do your predictions, right? I don't gamble anymore, because if I gamble, I feel my videos will be, you would know because my views will be influenced by money. But what I'm trying to say is some of the greatest bookies throughout history and in the world, they base their predictions off of, for example, they say, yeah, Notre Dame's going to lose this game because they have a 70% chance of losing when they're playing on this kind of turf. Or the Boston Celtics always beat the Sixers because, it's like they always know some type of inside information. There's always something usually outside of the technicalities of the sport that they usually sometimes base their decision making off of. So, like they'll say, some football players play better in the dome and some don't. Floyd Mayweather, before he faced Marcos Maidana in the first fight, was having tremendous troubles with the glorious and beautiful Miss Chantel Jackson. That was his former fiance. And Lord knows, Miss Jackson, I'll treat you. Lord knows. But what you seen right there, well, we saw a collapse of a man. He was on a radio show. And go to my like page right down below. He was on a radio show 3 days before a fight. 3 days before the fight. You got Richard Schaefer going to the media saying, I've tried to call Floyd. I can't get in touch with him. You know, because Floyd went on Instagram talking about, you know, and this is a few days before the fight. Talking about some Miss Jackson's a baby killer and everything. That's bad publicity for the fight. I don't care what you say about him saying all that. You don't do that no week before the fight. He goes on the radio crying, basically. It all gets a pass. It all gets a pass. You're going to be mad at me. You're going to say, why are you not going with your brother? You're a coon. You're an Uncle Tom. We hate people like you going against your race. You're supposed to support your brothers no matter what. Fuck that. This is boxing. What happened when you end up looking stupid after the person loses and get beat up? This is boxing. You know, I hate when people bring the race thing into it. I hate it because I try my best to stay away from it. I'm thinking like, damn, I'm just picking, you know. Before last year, you know, I was, you know, last year and the year before, I was a crazy Miguel Cotto fan. But now looking at him this year, I have to call it for what I see it. You know, and that's with every single fight. But every single fight. But once again, I'm going to say I am TstreeT Controversy. Call the show TstreeT Controversy Live. Every single episode of Showtime All Access, HBO 24/7, weigh-ins, whatever the case may be. I told you 4 years ago. Whatever, I'm not going to start telling stories. Anyway, please subscribe. I'm going to be here moments after Showtime All Access. Adrian Broner versus Taylor. Roberto Ortiz, Lucas Matisse, Steve Upshur, Andre Berto. Showtime All Access. Then like 1 a.m. or a couple hours after everything goes off, I'm going to be up here on Google Hangout, which is, I'm going to be here live streaming. There's going to be people here. We're going to be talking about boxing, you know, chit-chatting and all that stuff. So what I want to say to you is subscribe. Because see, if you don't, you know, you're going to find out the hard way. Like, I'm really on some, like, takeover boxing type shit, you know, so don't get on the bandwagon too late. TstreeT Controversy, TstreeT Controversy Live.